I'm your new teacher. I'm to take you information communication technology. So, without wasting my time, although I'm a new person, let me introduce myself. My name is Mr. Ackah Joseph from Very University. I'm a new teacher who is to take you information communication technology. Today, our main topic is computer hardware and software. I hope you've all heard about computer hardware before. Yes, say something about computer hardware, whatever you've heard about computer hardware. Okay, that's good. Any component that you can see and touch, that's good. Clap for him. You've done very good job. Okay, now let's continue with it. As we are going to talk about computer hardware, we are going to choose the system unit as our main topic today. Now, you've all seen the system unit before. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's continue with it. Now, our main objectives. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to describe the system unit, to dismantle and reassemble the component of the system unit. 3. Narrate with a friend or a peer. Narrate with a peer or a friend with the aid of a diagram. The work of the CPU. That means you are going to make a drawing, a sketch form, how the CPU work. I hope I'm clear. Thank you very much. Now, these are our goals. Before and after the lesson, our achievement, you need to mention 4 components. On the motherboard, when you talk about motherboard, the component which are found on the motherboard, you differentiate between the motherboard and the CPU. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, let's talk about the system unit. I hope you've all heard, as I said, you've seen the system unit before. So the system unit is the enclosure that contains the main component of the computer. It is also referred to as the computer case. So many names that different people call it, but the unique name, you can call it the case. Since it's a rectangular box, you can call it. We have the other type, which is the tower too. So let's continue as we are going to learn about it. You know more about it. Before then, let's watch this video and know more about the system unit. Okay. So you can see, as I was saying, this is example of the system unit. The components found in the system unit are many, but we are going to learn them one by one. This is the power socket. As I've been saying, this is the power socket. This is where the power is being plugged. The direct cable is connected here. So we have the fan, outlet of the fan of the power supply. The power supply. Although our system is moving slow, but let's work it. We have the buses, the connectors. We call this one VGA. The VGA. This displays the graphics. It displays the graphics. Okay, you can see that the power supply has been removed. So this is how you go about it when you are removing the component of the system unit. You move them one by one in order. Okay, so as our system is not helping us with the video, so let's continue with it. So as we have seen the system unit and each component, we have the memory, we have the motherboard, we have the connectors, that's the wire. This is where the slot where you plug in other components. So let's continue with it as we are moving on. Yes, as I said, our system, this is the CD-ROM. The CD-ROM, yes, the CD-ROM is also served as input device, which allows user to enter data into the computer. So this is the CD-ROM. As we are moving on, you see them one by one. You move them one by one and you reassemble them so that you too can do the same thing. Thank you very much. So you see the motherboard. This is the motherboard. So let's continue with it. You've seen the power supply. Everything is in it. Thank you. Let's continue. Now from the video, let's answer the following questions. What are some of the components of the system unit mentioned, or the system unit? From the video you watch, at least mention 3. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. That's good. You've done a great job. Congratulations. Continue like that. Let's continue. You give a summary of the video. Narrate to a peer what the video is about. Okay, that one, when you finish, we shall continue about such a question. So think about what we are going to do after the video, after the lesson. What are some of the components of the system unit that you saw from the video? Yes, at least mention 3, as I said. Then you give the summary. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Now let's look at the overview of the system unit. So you saw it from the video. This is the system unit. So this is the overview of the system unit. We can see the front view of the system unit. We have the power button, we have the CD-ROM, and we have the floppy diskette. So these are meant for ventilation. So let's continue. This is meant, and you can see the back view of the system unit. We have the power socket as you saw it from the video. We have the connectors and the buses. This is the USB ports. You can plug a pen drive or any storage devices or any input devices here. This is the sound outlet. Okay, thank you very much. Let's continue. Now let's talk about the system unit. The system unit itself, as we see it from the previous, I said it's like a box. So it's a box like case that contains the electronic component of the computer. Many people inclusively refer to this as the CPU. Here you will find devices like the power supply, different devices, the fan, the connectors, and the motherboard. Everything is found in the system unit. There are some components like the keyboard, mouse, and the monitor are not found in the system unit. They are separately on their own. So let's continue with it. Now let's describe the description of the system unit from the other one continues here as I was describing it. Other name for the system unit include the computer chassis, cabinet, buses, tower, enclosure housing, or a simple case, so that you can call it any kind of the name of this type. Now let's talk about the computing or the computer system. The computer system or the components of the computer system. Now, classification of the computer system. Let's classify the uses of the computer. We can talk about the booting. We have rebooting, that's the shutdown of the computer, the threat to computer and the users, case and effect of the threat of the computer and the user, responses, users, use of computers, responsibilities or the uses of the computers. Let's look at it. The computer system. The definition of a computer system. A computer system can be defined as electronic device that accepts input, process the input and produce an outcome in the form of information. Okay. The component of the computer. Computer system is a group of interrelated components and operations that interact to perform a task. So let's continue and look at it. Now you can talk about the computer system. It's made up of the following components. We have the hardware component, we have the software component, and you have the user or the software component. It produces, that is interaction between the user and the computer. Thank you. Computer system. Now let's take the software or the user. This refers to the professions and the end user. That is interaction between the user, as I said it from the step. The step for accomplishing a result or description of how things are done, I refer to as the software. Thank you very much. Without wasting my time, let's have this exercise. As I said from the beginning, we are going to dismantle this system units and reassemble them as we know it. But in our previous lesson, we did it. So here we are not going to continue doing it. Let's look at this, the definition of the system unit. Identify the four parts of the system unit. Distinguish between the monitor and the system unit. That's what we are going to do. After that, with aid of a diagram, discuss or describe how the CPU process data and instructions. As from our previous lesson, we did it. So I don't think we are going to have difficulties. Discuss with peer what you saw in the video. Conclusion. All exercises and corrections were marked before bringing the lesson into an end. Thank you very much.